Hi everyone, today we're going to be focusing on the gardening and naturalist badge. So as part of that badge, those two badges, there's various things that we need to do. One of them is to look after plants in the garden for a month. So I know not everybody will actually have a good size garden, but if you do, if you could choose a couple of things that you're particularly interested in. They don't have to be plants. If you like the flowers, the grasses, then that's fine. It could be herbs, it could be vegetables, it could be fruit, whatever takes your interest really. And the idea is for you to be responsible for those plants for the month. So going out regularly and watering them, making sure that pests aren't getting to them, and generally looking after their well-being. If you don't have a good sized garden, then you can use plants in pots, and again you can grow pretty much anything in a pot if you want to. So that can either be if you've got a patio area or a balcony, or just using the windowsill in the kitchen to grow them. That would be fine. They should be able to get some sunlight there, and it's even more important to remember to water them, because obviously the rain isn't going to affect them inside. So the next part of the gardening badge is to do your own plant labels. So I've uploaded a few ideas that I found on the internet. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Obviously you can buy quite fancy labels that you can use, or you can do your own, and I think it's better actually to do your own anyway. So the plants that you're looking after, if you can make some labels for them, like I said, I've got some ideas from the internet, so they're on the screen just now, and I've also started making some of my own, so you can use some of the ideas that I'm doing if you'd like to. So for instance, I've got a few stones here. Some are painted a grey background. Obviously you can paint them whatever colour you like. I just used acrylic paints and that works fine. Or you can keep them completely plain and then just draw straight on them with some felt tips. So if, for example, I write on here basil. So this is my basil plant. So I could just have this in front of it to remind me that that's what it is. If it's in the garden, then you can just put it in front of the plant. Another option, like I said, is just to have the stone plain, and I'll maybe do this one for parsley. Oops. So this is my parsley plant. So I could again just have it in front like this. I could maybe draw a flower on it, whatever you fancy doing. So that's a couple of ideas. If you don't have any stones or you don't like that idea, then this is just a old pizza box that I've cut up to use for ideas, and I've painted on the words basil, which I've got some sellotape here. So again, if you've got, oh, not so easy when it's windy, but you can just pop it on the front just like that. So then again, everybody can see what it is, and again that can be decorated if you'd like to, and you can use felt tips rather than paint, whatever you prefer. If you want to do a bit more of a design, then I've got yet more of my trusty pizza box, and I've just written the parsley on a piece of paper and done a little design around it. You can use glue, or I've just got a glue gun here, if it'll work. Slowly coming through, I think. That's it. So I'm just using the glue gun to put the glue on, and then I put it onto my pizza box, and again that could just be secured onto the pot, or again you could pop it next to it. So have a think about what you've got at home. It's a great opportunity with us not being able to go out and buy lots of things, to actually see what we've got at home and see what we can come up with. So I'd love to see your different designs, and again, if you can just take a picture of them and upload them either to Facebook or to OSM so that we can see what you've been working on, that would be fantastic. So the next thing we're going to be doing is focusing on an area of your garden for 3 months. The idea is to have 4 visits over the 3 months. So maybe every 3 weeks you go to a particular part of your garden, and we're going to be doing bug counts. So bugs are really important for your garden. They break lots of things down. They're always very busy. They keep a lot of the pests away that tend to eat our vegetables and our plants, so it's great to encourage them. So we want to have a look at how many bugs are actually in your garden. So if you think about bugs, they don't necessarily like to be around people, so they tend to be where it's quite dark and it's quite often in the shade, a bit cooler, and somewhere where people aren't going to be traipsing around with their big feet. So if you go into the corners, maybe you've got some stones or pebbles, if you can have a look under those. If you've got any dead bark that's on the floor, then they quite often like to go under there as well. So we're looking for anything like wasps, spiders, ants, beetles, any creepy crawly bugs that you can think of. So we've got a spreadsheet for you, a bit like with the tools. So it's got visit 1, visit 2 and visit 3, and then it's got all the different bugs that I could think of. And the idea is you count how many you can find, and you may find that as the season goes on, as it gets a bit warmer, there's more bugs, or you may find there's less. It's really for you to have a look and see how it changes over the seasons. So if you can, it is something that's going to take you a little while, because like I said, it is over the next few months, but if you can work on that at home, and we will remind you that your next visit is due. If again you're a bit like me and you haven't got a very big garden, there are areas that you can possibly still look. I've got round the edges of the balcony, I've got stones, so you can normally have a look under there and see what you can find. If you really don't think that's an option, then you could have a look on your walk, if you have, because you're allowed to go out for daily exercise at the moment. So if you have a particular walk that you like, a particular area that you think would be good for bugs and creepy crawlies, then you can use that area, as long as you can go back to it for each of the 4 visits, because it needs to be the same place each time, so you can see how things change. So if you can do that over the next few months, that would be great. It'd be great to hear what you find in your gardens at the moment, and we can compare with everybody else, see if anybody's got more spiders or ladybirds or wasps, or see what everyone's got going on in their gardens at the moment.
So we've reached the last piece of badge work for today, which is identifying 12 living things. So I went out on a walk at the weekend when it was lovely weather. I took my camera with me and took lots of photographs of birds, plants, insects, trees, anything that I could find, and we need you to try and identify all of them. So it's not a problem to ask parents for help, to look on the internet, to look in books, anywhere that you can to identify these things. Some are easier than others, and we need you to submit your answers to us, just like with everything else. If you take a picture and send it either on Facebook or on OSM, and we'll be able to see who gets the most right.